fellow Green Party candidate Tom McMillan are going up to Augusta to turn in all of our clean election paperwork.
Yay!
Say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
So I have all of my paperwork here. I have collected 203 contributions, of which 190 count.
Woo!
Woo! So I'm turning all those in, and so that'll be good. Yep, I have here. There's a pledge to be a good boy and not do anything bad. Actually, I'll read that aloud. I shall conduct my campaign, and to the extent reasonably possible, insist that my supporters conduct themselves in a manner consistent with the best Maine and American traditions, discussing the issues and presenting my record and policies with sincerity and candor. I shall uphold the right of every qualified voter to free and equal participation in the election process. I shall not participate in, and I shall condemn, defamation of, and other attacks on any opposing candidate or party that I do not believe to be truthful, provable, and relevant to my campaign. I shall not use or authorize, and I shall there should be more commas in these sentences. I shall not use or authorize, and I shall condemn material relating to my campaign that falsifies, misrepresents, or distorts the facts, including, but not limited to, malicious or unfounded accusations, creating or exploiting doubts as to the morality, patriotism, or motivations of any party or a candidate. I shall not appeal to, and I shall condemn appeals to prejudices based on race, creed, sex, or national origin. I shall not practice, and I shall condemn practices that tend to corrupt or undermine the system of free election, or that hamper or prevent the free expression of the will of the voters. That's a good one. It's kind of funny that all of these have to be written down and that people have to agree to them. I shall promptly and publicly repudiate the support of any individual or group that resorts, on behalf of my candidacy or in opposition to that of an opponent, the methods that are in violation of the letter or spirit of this code. I, the undersigned candidate for election to public office in the state of Maine, hereby voluntarily endorse, subscribe to, and solemnly pledge to conduct my campaign in accordance with the above principles and practices. And on the highway,
The highway, which
looking for adventure.
Probably should be.
Alright, so we are at 45 Memorial Circle in Augusta. It's not a government building, it's a private building. I guess there's an office in there I don't know, we'll find out. Where is the ethics? Oh, right there.
Mike Saxel, Main Street Solutions, former Speaker of the House. Mike Saxel, representative of my district. Let's see how many other lobbyists are there on here that I know.
How many of them are running?
Janet Mills, former Attorney General.
She's a lobbyist now.
She works for Freddie Flaherty now.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many else? Who else is on here? I think she was also a former state rep. Jay Nutting, any relation to Bob Nutting, the Speaker of the House?
I don't know. Might be.
James Cohen? Pretty sure he was.
Main Street Solutions. What does Main Street Solutions do? Fine. Well, they're a lobbying group. Yeah.
Let's find our favorite lobbyist.
That's really funny that those are all in the same building as the Maine Ethics Commission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. They've got a bowl of candy.
Okay, so what we do need, and what I'm going to have you do you remember, because you had originally faxed the registration declaration of intent in, and we do need the original.
I sent that in the mail.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so if we got it. So the thing is, what I'd like you to do is probably, we want you to complete an original.
Okay, can we do that right now?
Right now, date it here, but we're going to make a note, okay, that this was what was, okay, so let me just get that. Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
But it is an automatic one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
That's why I did actually look.
And did you
So you have to pay for it.
So I sent this in, and
Okay. And that didn't.
They received it.
The limit?
No.
Okay.
but now for some reason I have to do it again
Okay.
because
You need
I don't know why.
Because I looked at the email to see who was going to come from.
So,
So I'm gonna do it again. I have a pen.
They had made it out to you. And then
only because we need there's
I'm just-
only a few forms that we need original signed copies. That's one of them.
All right.
Yeah. And that one will still count.
And then I'll just use the same date.
Yeah, and then we're gonna just put a little note on the bottom that it was actually original was completed today because the one that was received faxed on February 21st, was not the original we didn't receive. So let's just put a note.
Okay. So just original.
if you think you
What, like redone
Yeah.
on for what's today's date? The 19th.
Yeah. That, and just put note that the commission received the fax
All right.
on February 21. I mean, sometimes what happens is candidates misplace the original.
No, I
Can't
sent.
find it, I know, but I'm just thinking if we received it, I think it would have ended up in your file, but that's okay. We can,
Okay.
you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all right. And we try to, call candidates and follow up so that we do have it, but
No, I got a call and I sent it out in the mail, but I guess it got lost in the mail or something. So.
we're pretty good at not losing stuff, but I'm not
Well,
gonna say.
I'm not saying that you lost it. I'm saying it might have got lost in
They
the
said, well,
postal
Okay,
system.
all right.
you don't have to. Notarize.
So we got the code, we got that. All right, so now, and that was on,
That's one thing I found different from someone's time. You're not home, so it's hard to.
okay, yes, now this is a good point for people to remember that there's only a few forms that we do need to have the original in. That's one of them. Okay, other than that, everything's done electronically beyond the filing reports, everything else, so. you're-
And it's always better to hand it in person rather than send it by the mail.
Right. Okay, so, let's see.
And I just thought of that.
Request for certification. Okay, now with your seed money reports filed,
You're all set.
you filed your seed money.
I have not filed my seed running report yet.
Okay, so are you
I'm
gonna file-
I'm requesting an extension.
Okay, you are, okay.
Yeah.
You just, okay, then let's, so.
Do I have to redo that form? Because I
No,
thought
no.
that was for the extension.
No, we're just
Okay.
gonna do.
Just new.
Okay.
take a look at your
Oh, I thought that last one was just for the list of donors. Is that for the seed money as well?
No, seed money was filed electronically, basically.
Oh.
That's okay.
I don't know why I checked that one
That's
off.
okay, that's why I just looked at that first, and
Okay,
then you said,
yeah.
no, you didn't. Okay, so
Okay.
just make sure, so how much seed money did you raise?
something we fix.
I don't know exactly off the top of my head. It's just short of the total amount. But I'll have
Be
to.
1,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't hit that, but
Okay,
it's
then-
just short of it.
Okay,
I don't know
then-
the exact number off the top of my head. I have to do the accounting still.
All right, so just
So-
make sure.
Right. Which is why I'm requesting the extension.
Okay, so that you can
There's a
take
few different things.
some time to spend the money because the report with requesting this extension does not have to be filed until next Friday.
Okay.
But the one thing I'm cautioning candidates on is to make sure that the money is spent.
Yeah.
And that means the check has to be written, the debit made, because anything that ends up on Schedule B when you do your report has to be spent. And sometimes candidates intend to write a check, they put an expenditure on Schedule B, might be a down payment on something, they forget to write it until 3 weeks later, when they're then using MCA funds. So just make sure anything that goes on to Schedule B in the seed money report has actually been spent, okay?
Yes.
So I'm just kind of, I want to make sure that we had candidates who unintentionally,
97.
violated that. So I don't want that happen to any of my candidates.
Yeah. And what happens if you do violate that? Like, what kind of fines do you
Well,
face?
what it meant that we overpaid you because in a sense you didn't spend all of the
Right.
money, and then it's been $100 penalty for doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so and it's an easy thing. It was always it's unintentional. So I'm just trying to make sure that candidates know that money has to be spent.
Cool.
Okay. So let's see, and what I want to do is your alphabetical list.
Is in the very back.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Well, this is the electronic filing, and that's a blank piece of paper.
Okay.
So this is the alphabetical list.
And it includes your online and the ones that you collected on the paper.
Yeah, and then and so then I have the logs for all the online ones, and I have those separated out between the ones who are verified and then the
online.
unverified.
Yeah, okay. That's good. And you had 193 that you're submitting. Right, okay.
Oh, okay. This is the unverified ones that have been verified by the town clerk.
Now, there was a question from the Portland Deputy Registrar, Bud.
Oh, yeah. That was because I had I didn't know how to print off that form.
Right.
And
So I
so-
had sent him that this morning.
Yeah,
Is this what
that's
he
it.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and thank you very much for doing that.
Okay. 6 there. Okay, now, the money orders, did you purchase these or
I
was?
did.
Okay, so just make sure that the fees for these money orders are, you either reimburse yourself from the campaign account, because it is a campaign expenditure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I used seed money to purchase the.
Okay, and then you'd redeposited the $5
Yes.
back into?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so then you just want to report the fees then for all of
Okay.
them, okay?
Yep.
Do you remember about how many you used? We'll count them up, Bud.
Yeah, I don't know off the top
Okay,
of my head.
all right. Okay.
Like I said, that's why I'm doing a request for extension, because I've been collecting up until yesterday.
Oh, okay,
So-
so you've been busy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go through
We're gonna look
and see if there's anything that could be an issue
Okay.
that could be corrected before tomorrow.
Excellent.
And okay, and do you remember if you had anyone who wrote a business check?
There was one person who wrote a business check, and it's very obvious. It's that big pink one right there.
Okay,
And that's the only person that has their name on the check.
okay, good.
Yeah.
And were there any checks made out to you that you could endorse, or were they all made out to the Maine?
They were all made out. I made a very explicit point to let people know that the checks were not made out to me, but they were made out to the Maine Election Fund, so I have none made out to me that I need to endorse.
And I believe it's 67 that's there.
Okay.
You'll make it wrong anyway. It's wrong. Checks in my, saying.
Okay, now what we'll do is we'll be going through, checking all of these off on the alphabetical list. But what I'm doing here is just, again, making sure that there's nothing that kind of looks like it could cause any problem.
Okay. Sure.
He's
Do you want me to?
filming, he's doing a,
Yeah, I'm doing like a tutorial on how to
oh, I
run
always forget that.
as I'm running. So
Turn
yeah.
everything in, so you just sign and date.
It wasn't a registered voter, but that will just go in as a
Yeah.
donation to the fund.
Yeah, I think there's a few in there
Yeah.
like that, which I'm totally fine with donating money to the fund.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so just make sure you report the fees for the money, what is that you submitted?
Yep.
Okay. And if you use seed money, make sure everything reconciles out so that all the deposits,
Yeah.
that when you collected the $5 reconciles with what you took out of seed money.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think you're okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, you just have to file your seed money report. If you can email me or call me when your seed money report is filed,
Okay.
that'll be good.
Excellent. All right. I hope to do that in the next few days.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Yep. Thanks.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Finally.
Yep. All right.